Hi guys, Uncle Bob here again, and I got this in the mail a few days ago, and I wanted to go over it, take a look at a few things, and check it all out. And this came from a viewer, as well as, well, anyway, he asked me not to say his name, but he was a really good man. He is a really good man, I should say. This made about a 3,800 mile trip. So let's take a look. It is a Kyosho Ultima RB6. And like I said, I looked at it a little bit, did a few things. One, I put a 540 silver can motor in it with a pinion on it to keep it from moving. So when I'm doing things on it, I'm gonna need some wheels and tires. It's got 4 different tires on this buggy. It's got these are Proline something or another, I think calibers. This is a Proline bow tie. This is something or another, and this is another Proline tire. One of these is a Proline tire, one of them something else. I went around and I checked all the shocks. 2 of them had no oil. One of them had a little bit of oil, and the other one was pretty full. So I put some Lowe's 25 weight in the shocks. Like I said, it was, I don't want to say well used, it was well enjoyed. And I know, I'm pretty sure he got the car in a lot from someone else, so it's been around the block a few times, quite possibly around the world. Now, as I said, the body, this is not a regular Kyosho body with the shark fin on here. Some sort of mutant body. I'm not really a fan of the cab overs or cab forwards, but you know what? The more I look at this one on here, the more I'm like, well, I found some green wheels and some maybe I don't know, J Concept tires to slick on this thing. It's a 2-wheel drive buggy, so why not? And you can configure it from rear motor to mid motor, but the mid motor gearbox is not, well, we'll get that in a minute. I went around and I replaced, that was the wing, some of the hardware, because there was like button head screws, self tappers in there. So I had some extra screws, put those in. Did you see that? Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, that looks nice. It feels good too. Gearbox sounds nice and smooth. Now, typical Bob fashion, as I was trying to put spacers into the rear gearboxes, into the suspension arms to keep them from going back and forth. There's a couple of little like steel pillow balls or pivot balls or whatever you want to call them that go into the arms. My damn floor ate them. I dropped one of them, carrying it over so I could work on it better instead of sitting on the couch. And then Jen and I were talking about it, and she goes, "Are you sure it's magnetic?" Because I got the magnetic rake out that she got me. And I go, "Yeah." So I dropped the other one. I go, "That's what I heard. Ding, ding, ding." Nothing. There's no vents. Nothing magnetic. There's a new dishwasher in a box that I got to install, and a freezer. Well, I didn't make it to the freezer, but I can't find either one of them now. And I watched the one bounce to the box where the dishwasher's in. Well, I took all that apart, flipped the damn new dishwasher upside down, everything. I can't find it. So I got to order some of those. I got to order another rear link because it's missing one, and it's been it's on there, it works. This here is I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to get a light here. Hang on one sec. All right. Does have alloy steering. It's got an alloy front bulkhead. This is not the ready set model. This is the kit version with these big bore 3-cap shocks. I forgot what else they call it. They call them something else. But anyway, you know, it came with the manual. You've seen that. And they also sent a bunch of parts. Some of them being new in package. Crank arm set, which is the steering parts. These are aluminum in this kit, so I don't have to worry about that. Front hub carriers, always good to have. What else? Oh. Shock O-rings. Idler gear. That says RB5, but should work with this transmission because this is the RB6. Let's see. Front knuckles. RB6. And look at that. A rear bulkhead for the mid-motor configuration. That's all in the manual. I don't have room on this counter to open up the manual to show you. Another battery hold down. There's a lot of stuff in here. I'm going to assume that this is a spare gear diff that's been oil filled. It's supposed to have a ball diff in there, so I didn't take it apart. Does have another gearbox. Looks like a rear shock tower because it matches. It's not the front. This is the cage for the motor for the mid mount. Longer wing stays. Those would bolt on back here. Now, speaking of which, there's a few other things. There's a spur gear in there, a couple of suspension mounts, the usual goodies. He didn't have to send this to me. He didn't want anything for it. So, you know, what can I say? I was very excited. I didn't open the box for like a day or two because I didn't know how I wanted to present it. I did toss in a servo. It will benefit from a low profile servo. The servo horn that I stuck in there was out of the my other Ultima kit that I got from the RCF. However, that servo horn's a bit long for this car where it would hit. So I just stuck it in there to keep the wheels from flopping around while I do some work on it. So I got to get the servo horn kit for it. Got to get a rear arm kit for it. I got to get some hardware. There are some screws in here that should not be in here. Like this shock screw back here is way too long. It's not the cap screw. Looks like an old Tamiya motor screw or something. There are screws for the holding the bottom of the shocks onto the rear arms. Those are self-tappers. They should not be in there. I did put some holes in the body because I don't run Velcro. And speaking of the body, man, somebody gaff tape or duct tape the hell out of that thing. But you know what? It's nice and rigid. It fit nice on there. Again, I know this isn't the original body. And I'm gonna get another rear ring, rear wing, and wing mount pieces because, you know, that's a little floppy because those parts are missing. Again, it's not a new kit. It was used, well enjoyed. So that's where I'm going with this. I want to leave this body on there because I'm liking the green, and I'm thinking, you know, some green wheels with some new tires, and get those pivot balls or pins, or not pins but balls or whatever they are. They're tiny little things, about the size of a 177 caliber pellet. Get those done and go through the gearbox. I may have to get some shock seals. This will be a winter project. Not that I don't have several others that I'm trying to do. The TXT2 rebuild, original Cloudbuster, the original Blackfoot, my mini LST. There's 4 right there off the top of my head. I got a crawler that I got to work on. That should have been done last winter. That never got done. Then there's a trenchless flash that my buddy Kevin gave me. He actually gave me the crawler too. That I don't know what to do with. Anyway, this is very cool. And for the motor and the speed controller, well, speed controller sits back here in the chassis, and there seems to be quite a bit of room. Now, keeping with the green theme, I've seen a green Kyosho brushless motor. I'm thinking, yeah, okay, maybe. We'll see what happens. Maybe I go with one that looks like gunmetal to match the shocks. I don't know. And the anodized of the chassis. Even though the chassis has seen its share of hits. Did you see that? Oh man, is that not dolphin smooth? Sorry, wrong show. All right, guys. Well, that's it. I just wanted to show you this. I'm sitting here in my kitchen, actually standing here. Like I said, rear wing. I'm going to leave it clear. I did trim it down in the back because it was nothing but a wall, and you know, if you put a lot of power in it, that's going to catch the air, and that's just going to lift the front end. So, slap in a low profile servo, get the proper servo horns. I already checked the links. They seem to be pretty good, except for this one back here on the rear. It looks like a Tamiya rod or some sort. I don't know if you can see that underneath that tire there, but you get the idea. It's not silver like this one up here. You can see that one with the adjuster nut on it. This one's all black. So, you know, hey, this is going to be a smashing car. And after watching Keith run his RB5 over there at RC Icons, man, I'm excited to get this one going. This is going to be a lot of fun. Receiver sits up here. Speed controller there. You could configure these battery pockets anywhere you want. Well, a couple of different areas, depending on what size battery you're running. Right now, I got it all the way out, so when I slapped in a LiPo, I could actually have the weight of the ESC and the battery and the motor as I adjusted the shocks. Now, again, that's just a setting point, a starting point, basically. You can only get your setup done when you have full running gear in the car. You can't do it with no battery, motor, or anything else like that, because when you put that in, it's all going to change. So, again, I put 25 weight Lozi oil in here, and they seem pretty good. Oh man. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you. This front nose hinge pinch brace is also alloy, and that bronze goldish brass colored, whatever, I don't know. But that's it, guys. Brother, if you're watching, I thank you very much. And maybe somebody could tell me what kind of body this is. It's got that big fin on here. Now, I think these buggies came out around 2012. If I'm wrong, let me know, but the manual says 2012. So maybe 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.